Okay, if you look with me at 7.0, again, we're not going to go through every line. I'm going to say a few things about pieces that are most important here. At the very top, the headline is, "It matters who we are teaching." Now, that might be something that is remarkably obvious to you, but that actually may be a new thought to you. Because if you come from a very teacher-centric and content-centric approach, it doesn't really so much matter who the learners are. Because what drives it is your expertise or the content that you have got. And you're not particularly thinking about the reception end, you're thinking more about the delivery end, right? What I'm trying to say in this model is coming a ways down the track towards actually thinking very seriously about who it is that you're teaching. And part of the reason why some of this head-filling stuff goes on is that we don't think enough about who the learners really are and what are they bringing into the learning equation. This is one of the principles of adult learning, and you've got to begin where people are and move them further ahead down the track rather than assuming that they are nowhere and you're starting from scratch, which is very unlikely, and you're going to build upon who the person is. So it matters who we're teaching a lot, and this little sort of subunit here is going to look at a few aspects of that. There's a lot more to it than even we can really cover here. Theologically, each person is unique, made in the image of God, I say. It's one of the wonders that people are different. They have different skills, different capacities, different interests. People are different. And we just need to honor the diversity of learners and try to make a way that a group of people doing something together, if that's the context you're talking about, you can take advantage of that diversity and pool and bring forward a positive environment out of that diversity. The diversity is potentially a strength and an asset rather than an obstacle or a problem. Okay? In other words, don't think this would all be better if everybody were just like one type or one person, right? That really sets up a whole dynamic of trying to conform people into being something that they're not. Right? This is going to put the onus on the teacher to understand who learners are and what it is that they're out for. Okay, so each person is unique. Each person learns differently, right? Each person learns differently. There are different learning styles. Each person learns differently because they've got different stuff already going on in their minds and hearts and lives. They've got different experiences. They've got different ways of seeing the world. They've had different experiences. When you open up various heads, there's different ways that those brains have been shaped over time, right? So people are going to learn differently. There's not going to be one size fits all. Apropos of the comment from the back, this is another place where one solution is not going to be the answer, but a variety is going to be better if we're headed all in a common kind of frame. Last one, each person can learn. This is a theological principle for me. It comes out of a commitment to understanding human nature is made in God's image. We're built to learn. We're, in a sense, made to have a brain, which is such an astonishing thing, that can and will learn right to the end of life. And I use the example of Jim Houston at age 94, founding father of Regent College, still learning and growing at age 94 in remarkable ways. He is just incredibly mentally active. So, you all have a long way to go, right? But that's the amazing thing. We can learn. And my daughter actually is a special education teacher in Vancouver. And her passion is people that the world doesn't think can learn. Right? That might be also true of special education settings in a place like this. There's a set of assumptions that have been made over time that certain people can and certain people can't learn. But with the right sort of engagement and the right sort of interaction and the right sort of teaching, the right sort of care, everybody can learn, which is growth and progress and change and transformation. Of course, people have different levels of that or capacities for that. That's definitely the case. I do not have the capacity to be Einstein. You probably don't either. But that's all right. Right? We all have a capacity to learn and grow and change. So we need to approach this whole task and approach learners from that standpoint, in my opinion. Okay?